What's up, VeVe gang, and welcome to another episode of the VeVe Show, where Chad from NFT Pirates, Dozer, aka the Comic Way, and I interview the greatest minds from this community. So if that sounds like a thing, hit the subscribe button because we make this podcast every single week, and you do not want to miss this episode. We are interviewing an up-and-coming creator named GAMMAVERSE. He's very skilled at what he does, and he brings a lot of value in this podcast. So we're just gonna get you to introduce yourself, bro. Tell us your story, how you found VeVe, and why you started making content.
All right, bet. So first off, thank y'all for having me, of course. So how I found VeVe. My homeboy, long story short, I'll keep it short and sweet. Me and my homeboy been into crypto for a while, right? I'm talking back like 2014, 15, when it was sketchy vibes, super sketchy vibes, right? And but we always had hope for it because we like, nah, man, it seems too beneficial not to have around. And so slowly, they had the boom in like, what is it, 2019, 2018, something like that. And they had the whole boom with Bitcoin, and then it went down, tanked down again, whatever. But we still kind of kept in motion with it. And then fast forward to now, like early this year, say it was around early March. We started talking about Omi, right? He just happened to mention it. He was over my crib, we were talking about it. And he said Alcon. I'm like, whoa, what do you mean? Like Alcon, like Pokemon Alcon? He was like, yeah, like, he's behind this project and all that. So I'm like, man, let me see what's going on. You feel me? So I went to the ECOMI website, and at this time, NFTs were like, that was literally a couple months ago. So everybody had an NFT, right? You know what I'm saying? Your grandma had an NFT. It was like everybody wanted to get the NFT off. But I knew that with the right people, it could go somewhere. So I went there and I saw that, they got the infamous Batman like sliding across like the phone or something. That one they show when you go to the website. And yeah, I wonder when they're gonna come out with that one too, by the way. But so I saw that and I'm like, okay, they got Batman, but this is not like some rendition of what they think a Batman would be as an NFT. And then I saw they had the licenses, and then I saw they had Alcon. So I was like, okay, this is big boy. Like this not little guppy talk. So after that, I went on the app, and then at this time, there was pretty much not everything was bought up except for it was still like a few thousand ties left, right? And I'm like, damn, that looks pretty cool. It's a common, but it looked pretty cool. And it had FA in front of it. So I'm like, okay, that got to be worth something. So I got me one. Then I chilled. And then I saw that, the marketplace was open just for a split second for me, right? And then literally probably like a day later or something, it went down, bro, right? Because I was looking through and I saw that Harley Quinn, the Steve Pugh.
Yep.
And I wanted to get that shit so bad, bro. I'm like, please open this back up. Please open this back up, right? And it would not open back up. I'm checking eBay and all. Nobody had their Harley Quinn on eBay. And I'm like, bro, like, please. And then as soon as it opened back up, it was at astronomical prices. But that's pretty much how I got to it. So when I got in, I'm like, listen, I'm not going to let nothing else ever slide past me again because this is what it is. Like, I know for a fact VeVe is the future. And then I've been here ever since, bro. Been here ever since.
Great story, bro, man. And like, that's Steve Pugh. It's on my radar, man. Like, that is my favorite collectible. Just
a dream
badass
collectible right there, man. That's like at the top of my buy list right now, dude.
Bro, I'm coming. Listen to me. I am coming back for that shit, bro.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, whatever bag I get from Omi, I'm coming back for that Steve Pugh, bro.
Bro, she's like a Rizzo on steroids, man.
Yeah, but she's too clean. Too clean.
Could you imagine if you could use that as a skin? Like, imagine if you had the skin outfit for that, bro. That would be fucking.
Come on, bro. And it looks like it. The reason why it stands out to me too is because you can tell it's Harley Quinn.
Yeah, exactly.
It looks like an art piece of Harley Quinn, right? It got the striped shirt with the like, you know, the Harley Quinn like you know, neck, I guess, I don't know, collar, right? And she got the bat, and it's like it just looks aesthetically pleasing, bro. And I was like, bro, I gotta have this. So I'm gonna come back
for that squad vibe to it, bro.
It gives me like a post-war vibe, just that real like dark, man.
It's got like the Margot Robbie vibe all over it, dude.
Exactly. And then too, not to mention the whole Harley Quinn set, like the black and red, all of them together just looks like a masterpiece because you see the black. Some of them don't got a lot of red to them, but then the other ones got a whole bunch of red, so it just all looks perfect together, you know. So that's what I do.
Based on looks, that's my favorite one based on value. If I went based on looks, just pick your favorite one. Hands down, the Datsun, bro. The Datsun is like just such a fire.
See, people like that.
They spent some extra time. Yeah, the spent some extra time on it for sure.
For sure. You can see the muscle detail in it. Like, it's crazy for sure.
James sees a lot in it too, man.
Yeah, there's a lot of detail. She's gonna be my second wife.
There you go. Imagine if they give them artificial intelligence in VeVeVerse.
Yeah, man. He'll change his name, man, to James Dotson.
There you go.
Yeah, man. Man, Dozer, you've been killing it with the videos, man. You've been firing out videos flat boot, man. Did you want to like talk about?
I've been amazed, man. Like this community is a blessing, bro. Like I come up with one video and a ton of people just start messaging me, showing me support, and guess what that does, man? It inspires me to make another video, and then another video. I already have another one ready to launch. I mean, by the time this show comes out, it'll probably be out, man. The one I got worked out, ready to come, man. I think people are gonna love that piece, man. You know, I put my heart into it just like the other pieces, and I think other people will enjoy it. You know what I get to do with these videos, man? I get to have them experience my love for comics. So them watching this video for the first time, it kind of hits those same nerves that I have for these superheroes.
Man, what are you looking forward to coming? Like, what do you reckon is going to be coming with Comicon?
Bro, you know what'd be awesome, and I know the homie Gamma is gonna agree, man. Bro, I would love, okay, and actually, since you brought up my videos, I'm gonna talk about it. In the Todd video, I mentioned the issue of Spawn number 230, bro.
Oh yeah.
The cover of Spawn 230 has a Todd Spawn. Can you imagine if that was the first appearance of Spawn on VeVe, a Todd Spawn? Man, both of those pieces will skyrocket. Like, what do you think, Gamma?
Man, listen. If you get a Todd, if you have a Todd, and then they come out with that Spawn version, and you get to put them together in one showroom, and then don't let them come out like you said with like a secret rare colored Todd of the Batman, and you put them all three together. Come on, man. That would be that would be a whole set in itself.
Because you, Gamma, I know you love the Todd Batman like me. You being somebody that loves the VeVe Todd Batman, what did you think when you saw my video and you saw that colored Todd and when you saw that Spawn Todd?
That colored Todd is probably one of the, not even if it was NFT, probably one of the hardest collectibles in tangible form I have ever seen, bro. It just, the colors look, it just fits. It just fits, bro. Because I think part of it is because you got it looks like a more modern Batman, but the colors are retro. So it throws your eye off a little bit, but it still works. Like, it's weird, bro. I love that colorway, bro.
It's almost like the same colors of Adam West, but with that badass look from Dark Knight Rises.
Right, exactly. It's a modern look with old school colors, and like that clash just makes it work, bro.
You know, it'd be cool if they kind of did the same thing with the Jim Lee Joker, but with the old school colors, like the Cesar Romero colors. I think that would just look cool, just like the same way. It's got that modern look, but with the classic colors. I mean, I would love seeing something like that someday.
Yeah.
I wanna
Or
see
Heath Ledger. I would
Rizzo.
love to see a Heath Ledger Joker. Ooh.
Oh, bro, it's coming. It's coming. Like we
Oh
will
my
get Heath
God.
Ledger and Joker at some point, man, and I can't wait.
Yeah, bro.
I want to see Baby Blue Rizzo.
I believe Rizzo.
Oh,
That'll
bro.
be tough too.
Bro, yeah. I did another piece in one of my past videos where we actually look at what a colored Rizzo looks like. Bro, Rizzo looks way more badass even in the fully colored version, bro. Like Rizzo like, possibly look cooler. He looks even cooler in the colored. Even the Magnolia Batman looks badass in the colored version.
Right. They all look fire. You know what's weird? I wonder why they decided to go with black and white first.
Because it's probably easier. It's a good way to remember. If they're in beta, they're like, how do we start? What would be easier? So they're like, you know what? Let's start black and white. Because if you think about it, they started off with black and white, and then we gradually got more colored models,
Right.
like the Batgirl, like the Catwoman, like the Mara.
Right.
I reckon they did it because they knew they were going to release color, and they were like, well, what should we release first? We should release the black and white. Then we release the color. The color will get people hyped. They'll buy it because they want the colored collectibles. But it also emphasized that the janky black and white ones are the first release beta mode collectible, and people will gravitate towards that. Chad's coming into the block.
Oh, Chad's coming in right now?
Yep.
Hell
Let's
yeah.
get it.
Chad.
Chatty boy.
Come on, Chatty boy. Come on, Chad. Oh.
Hey, who's joining us? Chad or Chad and Carson?
I can't hear Chad. Where's his voice?
Can you hear me?
There we go.
Oh, yeah. There we go.
Okay.
There you go.
Army mateys, the pirates are here.
Right, the pirates are here. Hide your loot.
We're back.
Right. Are you sure? Are you sure you guys aren't in the mafia? You're looking like you're about to do a hit.
Yeah, true. Right? We just have to take care of something on the side.
There you go.
We had to take care of some business.
Bro, in Canada, there's like one mom and then like 2 people in it. It's horrible. Like, probably don't even do it.
That's us.
Yeah, exactly.
One mom, 2 people.
Yeah, man.
Wait,
It's-
Chad,
Yeah.
you want to tell everyone about your purchase of the gold Moogly?
Yeah. First of all,
Ooh.
where's this music coming from, bro?
It's mysterious, isn't it? Is it bothering you?
No, I was like, what kind of mood are we trying to set?
Yeah, I feel like I'm in the middle of a race in Mario Kart, bro.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Yeah, you want to
It's
hear
all
about
right.
this?
No, leave it. Leave the music, man. I feel like I'm racing
Yeah,
inside
no,
of
I
it.
actually don't mind. I was just trying to figure it out with it. I was just like, you know. But yo, I'll tell you about this purchase. It's pretty funny, bro.
Yeah, we're just priming up your little rabbit butthole, getting the music, getting you all in the groove.
Hey, it looks like you made it into the meme comp, bro. You think you got an uncommon or something? Top 6.
Yeah. Yeah, I won something. Well, I didn't win anything. I'm giving it away to the guy who I used the showroom for, because I was like, well, I mean, he deserves it more because he put way more effort into the showroom than I did. All I did was put his showroom in the rabbit's butthole.
You see that?
I didn't see it.
Yeah, it's basically like, you know,
Hey, Chad, but
he's like, what's going on inside the butthole? And then as you open it up, it was the VeVeVerse. And he's like,
And there was like music pumping and stuff. It was like a
I
nightclub.
think that's hilarious, dude. Hey,
Yeah,
Chad,
dude.
before you talk about Moogly though, man, that thumbnail, bro, it's got GQ written all over it, dude.
thanks, boss. Yeah. I was like, I just need to get more views, but bro, it didn't hit like I thought it was gonna hit. Like I thought it's because people want to see things that's helpful. Like, why is it helpful for them to know that I got that? Do you know what I'm gonna say? Like, they want to see things like, okay, I don't give a shit about you. Like, how is this gonna help?
No, what you should do, right, when you do the thumbnail, have a picture of you with money bags and then like the Moogly in front, and then be like, how can you get this? And then put a question mark, and people be like, oh my god, and they'll click into it, and you'll just be sitting there boasting about the Moogly. You're like, yeah, I just want to say thank you to my fans, and you know, you're supporting me. I managed to buy a Moogly, and be like, peace.
Yeah. No, bro, it was honestly like, it was super lucky. Like, I think I told you guys, I was going after the H219, and I just was like, once I had 6.5K gems, I was just watching it, and I was like, okay, it's not really a special deal right now. It's like 6.2K, and I was like, I'm just gonna hold this till I see something that I'm like, this is worth my time. And then I like was like looking at the platinum movie and it was like 10K. So I was like, okay, that's nothing. And then I was like, gold is gonna probably be 13. And then I go and I see one for 8.5. And I was like, okay. I was like, let me just sell a few more things and then I might be able to pick that up. And then I was at a Starbucks, bro, when I got it. My fiance was ordering like a triple whip, non-fat, like, you know, made with oat milk, espresso latte bullshit. And then I was just like, man, like as that happened, all my gyms were in and I was like, babe, you just hold that thought. And I like just went and purchased it. And then, yeah, it was a pretty cool moment, man.
Hey, Chad,
don't diss those soy lattes, bro. They're tasty.
Hey, Chad's gotta tell us, man. How big of a boss did you feel like driving out of that drive-thru with a gold Moogly, bro? That's something I've never felt, dude.
Bro, first of all, I'm pretty sure you could probably buy like 10 gold Mooglies in some of your collection, but yeah, bro, it was a pretty funny feeling. It was funny because I was like, bro, I just spent that much on pixels, like, you know what I mean? Like that's crazy.
Yeah.
Bro, congratulations on it though, man.
Thanks, man.
$8 grand.
You bought some VeVe history, dude.
Facts.
Yeah, thanks, bro. It's crazy.
And listen too. Yeah. Just want to let you know, bro. You said you spent like a couple bands on a couple pixels, bro. Listen, that ain't got shit to do like compared to what these people doing on Fortnite. So and they don't get no return. You feel what I'm saying? So at least you can get some type of return out of it where. Because that's why I said it's already been happening. You feel me? People already buy skins and all that. And I even did it. I got a couple games I don't even play no more. Probably hundreds of dollars worth of skins on them that I can't get the money back for at all. You feel me? So this is, you know, now you get something and you can get something back from it, bro. Listen, it's a great investment.
Hey, Chad, if it makes you feel better, you bought a future VeVe museum piece. Just look at it like this, man. You bought an expensive stock, bro. Like you know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's exactly what you got.
Berkshire Hathaway, man. You bought like a really expensive stock, bro. It'll pay off in the future.
Bro,
I put it into
but Chad made a really baller move, man. I agree with it.
Bro, and one thing I can say that I've learned from it, man, was like I didn't think I was gonna like a collectible like that. Like I never had an emotional attachment. Like I said, Rizzo in the meeting with that Twitter space, but bro, this one for me, like when I had that, like Carson and I were looking at each other, and I was like, dude, like this just feels like this is one of those things you never thought you'd get, right? Like when
it's like buying a Rolex, bro. It's like buying a Rolex.
Yeah, it's insane, right? Like that's so weird that you say that. Like you said, it's like a Rolex watch, which
literally is.
Which is ridiculous. Like, because I would always usually choose a Rolex watch, but I'm like, no, I see so much more value coming into this. You know,
I would choose
right.
Yeah, you got way more value buying that because in the future, like with what Gamma said about Fortnite, people spend heaps of money on these, skins. It's because it's a flex. Like you have your live stream, you have that skin. People are like, damn, he's got that skin, stuff like that. It's like social clout. You got a Moogly and you're doing your live stream in the VeVeVerse, balling with that Moogly. People are gonna watch it just because they know they're like, this dude has a Moogly. What the hell? I am watching this video. They'll click into it, and you just be smashing it. Like your stream will be making you money. Like you've invested in yourself buying that. That's gonna be worth the price of a house someday, dude.
Exactly. Hey, Gamma, it's like a Tinder, bro. Like 10 years from now, some kid will post a Moogly on their Tinder, and all the girls will be wanting to go on a date with him.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Yeah, man, it's true.
I'm just saying, man. Like I've seen those prank videos where the guys drive in with a Lambo, man. Like they're funny.
Yeah.
It'll be like you better go up to like a girl with your with your like
with your granola, bro.
With your granola, and they'll be like, sorry, I'm not interested. And you'll be like, oh yeah, pull out the Moogly. Well, I'm not interested in you either.
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And she's like, oh wait a minute, and you're like, nope, I don't fuck with gold diggers.
Bro, it's crazy, man. It's crazy to think like what some of these are worth now, right? But it's like it was such an easy decision. It was just like, oh, of course I'm gonna do that. You know what I mean? But it's like that's amazing because 6 months ago, if you would have tried to show me that in like let's say 5 minutes, I would have been like, you're like, I don't even know what you're doing. Like I'd be like, you're an idiot. That's what I would think. You know what I mean? Not understanding like NFTs, not understanding VeVe. Like I'd just be like, dude, like it's so much better to get something like practical, like a physical collectible, like you know what I mean? It's just amazing how once you understand it, then you're like, oh, like this means so much more. And like that's what we got to provide too. Like VeVe, although it's an amazing platform, where's the education? Like we're like is there going to be an education arm like at these Comicons? Like what's your 5-minute spiel to sell the NFTs? You know, there's gonna be a lot of
right now we are the education, bro. We are the education.
You're right, bro. Yeah.
Guys like you have a PhD on this VeVe stuff, man. That's the reality of it.
You do for sure. And bro,
like, I might as well have a PhD in comic books and Star Wars lore. I mean, I went to college and they didn't have any of that classes, man.
Yeah. But boys, one thing I just want to say quick is like your guys' content, man, has been like exquisite. And I've learned from all three of you guys, like those are like just the way like how like your quality production, bro, is up, like VeVe Flipper, bro, like the way that you like communicate with your audience and you're able to engage with them. Like I wasn't really doing that at first. And then GAMMAVERSE with all the engagement that you have with like all these clips and like every word matters, bro. I've been like literally trying to copy you guys and do a merger. I literally have. Like every video you guys put out, I'm like, oh, like that looks pretty sick there. Like let me steal some of that. Like, you know?
That's awesome. What it's about. That's what it's about.
Jason just asked me, like, hey, do you want to go over your videos? And I'm like, which one, dude? I released like 3 this week, bro.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And shout out to Omi Goddess, bro.
Oh, thanks.
She shouted out. She made me an intro and an outro, man. Omi Goddess. She's like a new.
Yeah, I just talked with her. I think I just tweeted her today about she was talking about how she was watching my videos and watching all our stuff, man. So yeah, she's kind of like a fairy godmother or some shit. She just be in the background, like.
And she knows her stuff, bro.
She's an up and coming VeVe YouTuber, man. I've been really impressed with her. Dude, right now, ECOMI just retweeted her tweet. Did you guys know that?
No, I didn't know that.
See? Fairy godmother.
ECOMI actually gave her a shout out for her video she put on that Ecto one. I guess she just released one. She just released the video on Ecto one, and ECOMI actually gave her a shout out. They retweeted it, man. I thought that was a big deal, dude. So
that's huge,
I had been following her already on our Twitter.
That's crazy, man. Yeah, that's huge. I see it here. That's good for her, man.
I know she's probably gonna be in our show within the next few weeks, man.
For sure. Like we're gonna get her on with Wendy. Get them both on, I reckon.
Yeah.
Wait, Wendy, you guys are getting Wendy on here?
Yeah.
Probably, yeah.
From Colombia, right?
Yeah. Yeah, James is friends with her, so
yeah. I know she lives in Mexico now. Bro, listen, she got I'm glad, bro. She got a crazy story, like just as far as like how they buy NFTs out there, because it's like the prices are different, man. So I'll let her explain all that. I'm definitely gonna.
Yeah, I remember me and you discussed that on one of our Twitter
spaces. Yeah. Shout out to Wendy.
Also want to bring up some stuff about how like people were sending her death threats and stuff, which is totally not okay. And they did that because she was calling out people who were scamming people in the community. They were like scamming people off thousands of dollars, and she called them out because she's an escrow, and she literally had to stop doing escrow and making money to buy, the collectibles, because she felt like, her family wasn't safe because of it. Wow. So so she'll probably talk about that on the show and stuff.
Yeah, that'll be a good topic to talk about. Man, shout out to Wendy, man. She always been A1 from day one, bro. Shout out to Wendy.
Yeah, bro. Man, and like, one thing I'm really hoping, man, is just this cash out process, because I can't tell you the amount of trades that this guy's done, where it's like he's caught so many scammers, and like, bro, like he's like, you've probably done 500 trades, I'd say.
I've done a lot, yeah. Bro, the other day I almost fucking got scammed.
Like, and they're getting better. Like, this guy's the king of catching scams. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, he's seen it all, but he almost still got scammed. Like,
the other day, this guy talked to me for fucking 2 days to buy one of my fucking Da Vinci posters. And then at the end, he's like, I'm going into work, whatever. Like, could you send it? I got like fucking half an hour left before I go into work, whatever, da. And like, I was about to send it because I was actually like kind of not friends with him, but I've known him for fucking 2 days. And I keep putting off, like, I don't want to sell Givenchy because the fucking thing's going up, bro. And I'm like, fuck, I didn't want to sell this. So anyways, I'm right about to send it to him. He's like, and he sends me the transaction approved that he sent me USD.
Yeah, so you send him like another link, you know what I mean? To be like, here's the USD, I sent it, where's it at?
Yeah, and he's like, where's it at? And then I'm screen recording that I never fucking got it. And I'm like, bro, look at my wallet. I didn't receive shit. You know what I mean?
Right.
And he's, oh, that's so fucking weird, man. Like, look, it says completed, sends me something that he faked.
Yeah.
And then thank fuck somebody else in the community comes out on like whatever VeVe traders, and they're like, yo, don't deal with whatever his name is, Jay, whatever. And they're like, this guy's a fucking scammer. And he pulled the same thing on that guy and another guy, 2 other guys at the same time. He's pulling the same fucking move.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, what a bastard. Like, but I just put it back. I just texted him like, ha ha ha, like, you almost got me, bro. Fuck you. Like, you know?
But
there's
and
nothing
another
to do
thing
with
too,
these
they
guys.
don't realize, like, come on now, like, especially if you are some type of influencer of the community, bro, they can get the big dogs can get the stuff back. It's not like you can keep it. Like, if they really look into it, you know, they can send it back. Like, so I
Bro,
don't
I
get
have this guy's username and everything. Like, I
it.
screenshot every chat. When I'm talking to somebody, I screen record everything to show proof, whatever, and I have everything that he has. But I'm not gonna go out of my way to like freaking take him out of VeVe. I don't really care, you know. Like,
Right. But I'm just saying, like, if somebody were to actually take it that far, he, you know, it's not like he could keep it anyway. So
yeah, no, you're right.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. Like, cause like that was our world before we got into the like marketing. Right? And so we were like doing that a lot because that was like, and we knew at the time like it wasn't really like, you know, a good move on VeVe's end, but they knew they couldn't prevent it because everybody was like looking at that. But man, it was a scary world, bro. Like, and there's a lot of scammers. Like, I was amazed to see that there was. I would obviously argue like 1 in 4 were scammers, not 1 and 2.
Yeah,
like, it was that much.
jeez.
Yeah,
it was bad.
Yeah.
And they were good. Like, they were pretty damn good back then.
Yeah.
They want them VeVe, they want them NFTs.
Yeah.
Literally.
And they were smart, bro. Like, they would screenshot somebody else's NFT and be like, I've got these.
Yeah,
and then like you'd be like, show me which ones you got, and they'd send it to you, and they'd be like, just send first, because like I'm a big whale here, like, you know, and they'd like intimidate you. Don't make me call people out in the chat, like, or they'll send you to another group, be like, look at all these people vouching for me, and then you send, and then all of a sudden, or you send like 2K, let's say, as an example, because they have a Rizzo or something, like a Rizzo, and then you're out 2K, and then they just change their name, and then they try it all again. It's crazy.
Well, yeah, bro, get this. So I used to screenshot all my trades and stuff to prove that I was a trustworthy trader, so I could build my name up on Telegram. And I started sending these screenshots to these freaking scammers, but I thought they were people, and I was trying to prove to them that like, oh, you could send me first, like, and I'll try to build my rep up, you know, you can send me first, don't worry, this is what I've done. And they were taking my screenshots, and they were fucking using them for themselves,
just copying the strategy,
just changing their name and shit, and then saying that they're like whatever, and then they use my screenshots, and it was fucked. And then that's when I stopped. I was like, all right, this is getting too much. Like, these guys are like going out of their way.
It ain't that deep, bro. It ain't that deep.
Wild, bro.
Yeah, they were insane, man.
Yeah, man. It was like,
and there was even people that would they would spend months building up an entire identity on Telegram just to scam people like months from them. That's insane. It's almost like, I don't know. I just think it's nuts that somebody would build an identity for months just to scam someone down the road.
Well, you scam someone and it takes you a day to do it, and you make $1,000. Where else are you gonna make $1,000 in a day?
Crazy.
Yeah.
And that's why we're scared to sell big collectibles. And
so we don't sell anything big, right? Because as soon as you got somebody holding on to something, like if I sold, like, imagine selling a golden googly off Telegram or a Donnie, somebody sitting there with 20K, and that's American, bros. Like, you guys, like James and I already, that would be like 25K for us. And like, if you got somebody from Cambodia, that's like a year's salary, if not more. So it's like that one trade, like, why would I be trustworthy when I can just take that money and flip it and see you later? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, and then just start a new name and fucking build your rep up again.
Yeah, exactly.
Do the same shit next year.
Yeah, and you made 150K off 4 trades. You know? Like, yeah, it's ridiculous.
I wonder what the legal implications of it would be, like whether people can get done for scamming people in this way, because it's like, because we don't even have the money transmitter license yet. So like, is it like even considered, like, can you even consider it a scam?
Different countries, different jurisdictions. I mean, if you get scammed by somebody that lives in Iraq, dude, no one's gonna prosecute or go after that person, dude.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. That's why it's like the Wild West. It's crazy because it's like you start to establish these sociological rules again, and like you're like, wait a second, like I have to like Like I've never had this. Usually the government's in play to help me. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? Like a trade has processes. When things are decentralized like this, it's like, wait a second, like it's like reminds me of like ancient times. Like, you know, like if I give you this gold brick, I need that horse. Like, you know.
You know what it remind me of? It's like, any of y'all ever seen Inglourious Bastards?
Yeah.
So like one of my favorite scenes. First off, shout out to Quentin Tarantino. That's my favorite. Well, one of my favorite, definitely one of my favorite.
Pulp Fiction.
Was that?
I said Pulp Fiction, man. One of the best movies of all time.
Pulp Fiction, exactly. But it reminds me of that scene when they were in the pub and they everybody got their gun under the table and they all talking like, hey, like, listen, you don't do nothing crazy, I don't do nothing crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, just give me my NFT. Of course, it's Quentin Tarantino, so it don't end like that with that. But it just reminds me of that, like when people are like, listen, okay, we all trying to get out of here alive.
Exactly.
It's the Wild West, man. That's what it is right now. It's the Wild West right now.
Yeah, man. Sure. Like, it's gonna be nice. Like, it's gonna be a cool feeling to like cash out. Like today we were saying, like with the ectos, right? Like he killed it again. I don't know how this guy pulls it off. He got a 64 main common, a
201 rare,
201 rare,
and like a 13 something ultra rare or some shit.
Yeah, and he flipped it all for 1,100 gems.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was actually, I don't know how the fuck, like I got so lucky, bro.
But bro, I got nothing.
Really, eh? Yeah.
Congrats. Shout out to you, bro. Shout out to you, because that's a major come up, man.
No, it was
now you got something for Comicon, right? Like, you know, whatever they come out with.
Yeah, well, listen. Man, yeah, those gems I was talking to you guys about earlier, like we were talking about, I'm thinking about just holding it until I see something nuts, you know, or a bunch of things that I could just buy up.
Yeah, for sure. Because listen, they did say when it comes to Comicon, they will have, I mean, they don't got badges out yet, but when badges come out, those will be the Comicon first exclusive badges. So if it comes out and it's something crazy that you want, now you got the funds, and on top of that, it's like it got a stamp on it too. So
yeah, true, bro. So what was the whole thing about like them not being listed on the actual Comicon, but then they were saying, "Don't worry, like we're gonna." Does anybody know more about that? Like, because
I just saw that today. Shout out to Poor Man Printing. He had it on one of his. I mean, a couple people did too, but Hello K, I know he did too. But basically, they asked. I guess people were hitting up the like customer service for Comicon and saying like, you know, where's ECOMI, where's VeVe, and they were coming back and saying, well, like, you know, we're not sure, we don't see them on the list, but Reese has said in the AMA, like, listen, we not on the list because it's not like we're presenting something like a, you know, a new toy or something like that. We're involved. Like, just know we're involved. So they couldn't really give too much, but it's what they said were that they were probably looking at the list of people or list of companies who were having a presentation of some sort that's on the itinerary, right? Whereas basically how Reese is saying, we not on the itinerary, we are the itinerary. That's what it sounded like to me.
We are Comicon.
You know, we are Comicon. You know, if you realize Omi is in Comicon, so you know, Comicon.
So we know for a fact Marvel's going to be dropping next week, most likely, right? Like,
man, listen, and that's what I'm saying. So, and if that does, I'm gonna be living in a box because I'm about to cash out everything, bro. So, so that's what pretty much they were saying. It's like, listen, we're not on the list of just people having a booth there, but we're involved. So, nothing to worry about.
So it could be like something crazy, like, okay, everyone, at this time, pull out your phones. There's a live auction from VeVe, and like
exactly, or they could have, because I was thinking this too. I'm like, maybe they told them don't say anything. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they've been quiet about everything this point forward. They probably like, we about to just shut this shit down when we get here. Like, just don't let nobody know about nothing, and then when we get here, we'll show them what we about type thing. So maybe they just playing dumb. Like, hey, I don't know. We never heard of ECOMI. Like,
Right.
we never heard. You know what I'm saying? But it's like you know what we are.
Hey, Chad, Gamma, hey, you know, it'd be crazy if for Comic-Con they said, all right, man, everybody who has a secret rare Ultraman 2D, pull out your phones. The Marvel logo is in it now.
Bro, listen.
Yeah, bro. That's
I don't know if you guys caught it. Reese, he didn't deny or confirm it. He said it's a possibility that they could add that logo.
Yeah.
That'd be sick if they did it. Do you think they'd do it at Comic-Con though, or do you think they'd focus more on something that would like benefit newcomers and try and get new people into the app, like by just dropping Marvel?
Both would benefit newcomers. But yeah, I think launching Marvel Comic-Con week would make the most sense.
Yeah. I think that's probably what's gonna happen. It just seems logical. Or like the Todd McFarlane Batman would be really cool, but the thing is, everyone knows Marvel. Like most of the people that go and cosplay at Comic-Con cosplay as someone from Marvel.
Yep, absolutely. Either that or anime. That's when you really knocking doors down for real. Because I mean, of course, we know, Star Wars, of course, but they not about to. Now, if they came out, they had the nerve to come out with Star Wars during Comic-Con, they really would be fooling. But
yeah, hey, Gamma, at Comic-Con, I'm really easy to spot. I look like this.
I know. You probably got Baby Yoda in your backpack.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So yeah, they come out, but maybe who knows what they'll bring. All I know is I'm very anxious and very confident as far as they're gonna deliver for sure. But I'm anxious and can't wait to see what it is for sure. So it's gonna be something big. They haven't disappointed yet.
Yeah, you know what I think might happen too, guys? Like, is and this is just like totally speculation, is that they might actually introduce the cash out to Omi. Like, I honestly think it could come as early as next week, because if they close the loop, think about it, because like if they're launching Marvel, right? And to be honest, I can't take the credit for this. It was one of my subscribers, Benjamin, I think his name is, and he's like super avid, but he's super smart. He's like, if they launch the cash out on like next week, and then at the same time, when people want to get rid of things, you have a ton of new users getting onboarded, the stability of the collectibles actually might stay even across the board. Because like, you're saying like all these people want to get out and cash out, but now all of a sudden new users come in. So like it could be a mixed match. And to me, if they close the loop when they announce it at Comic-Con and they're like, now you can cash in and cash out, people are going to be like, wow, game over, right? Like, imagine making $1,000 like Carson today off of $120 or whatever the heck it was. Like how wicked is that, bro? Like that's like that to take a fast food person like 3 weeks. You know what I mean? Like
facts.
Another thing to put into perspective there is people think when the dip happens that it's dipping from now. It's not dipping from like where we're sitting now. Like we're gonna have Marvel, and then the Marvel will happen, and then we'll get all these new users. It'll start climbing, and then they'll say, "Hey, the money transmitter license is going to be here in a month," and then that write up will be insane. Collectibles will like double in price, and then when it dips, it'll still be higher than before they announced it. It's just going to dip from that new level and then consolidate. I think people are imagining like a dip like back to where it was. It's not going to go back to where it was. That's just unrealistic, especially with all the extra licenses we have now and the new users.
True.
So like we're going to get a big pump first, like if it's going to dip. So there is that. It doesn't matter either way. If there's a dip, it benefits the OGs because they're going to be like, well, we know where this is going back, and all the people who are fudding just don't know what's going on, and like we can just take advantage of that.
Right.
Hey James, you know what's the best way somebody can prepare for Comic-Con? Watch the Comic Way videos, man. Perfect intro for Comic-Con. Right?
You need to start. You need to release a video targeted at the people on Comic-Con. Be like, if you were at Comic-Con and you want to know what a VeVe is, watch this video, and then that video will age well. Like people will watch that for the rest of the year.
I was watching our first video, and I think it's aging well.
Yeah, but I mean that video there will probably get you like 10K views, just because people from Comic-Con will come over and search VeVe, or they'll search Comic-Con, and they'll be trying to find out what it is. And if you put like VeVe Comic-Con, like ECOMI and everything into you know, the search engine optimization,
Hey
you're
man, I got
gonna
another
come up.
good quote that I always use, man. Doze knows. All right.
For sure.
For sure.
Hey, you know what I always wondered though, or always thought about is, as far as utility, right? Like, I don't see how people can doubt this project. I can't fathom how somebody can say Doge to the moon and then
Yo,
doubt
man.
on me. I don't get it, because it's like no other coin has utility
Yeah.
like VeVe does or ECOMI does. No other coin in existence.
I think
So
after
it's
Marvel,
almost dummy proof.
after Marvel signed, I don't know how people can still doubt this coin.
Yeah, I don't
man.
know how you can doubt this project.
That was game.
I reckon it's whales manipulating the market and then taking benefit of lower floor prices. But once it gets to a point where the whales don't own the majority of the collectibles in the market and it's actually going to cost more to buy back in, you're going to start seeing like collectors holding these pieces, and there's going to be like one collectible per person, or like a maximum of like 10 collectibles per average person or something like that of that one collectible. Therefore, there's no market manipulation going on, and you'll start seeing the price climb.
That's why they need me and Chad have been harping on for a while. They need to implement some sort of staking, man, like staking collectibles. That will eliminate a lot of that problem.
Man, I would stake all my shit right now. Like I would probably have like 2 things I keep out and like just throw it all in there. See you in 5 years. You know what I mean?
Staking Rizzo's, staking him, staking Donnie's, and some pieces that they could just eliminate by staking.
Bro, that would be incredible. And then pull it out just in time for renting in the VeVeVerse. You know what I'm gonna say? All right, I'm done staking. Now time to rent it out to everybody. Like all of a sudden, it's a whole different game, right? Bro,
I would give him a big hug and a big, a big pat on the back, and then I'd stake him away, man, where he belongs.
Yeah, man. It's so crazy.
Hey, James, hey, man, you've been asking us about our videos, man. Like, you had a really good video this week, man. Why don't you talk about your video, dude?
Oh, with the community and whatnot. Yeah, I
think that was really good. And thanks for the shout out, man. It was actually, actually meant a lot to me, man, when you said that I was one of your best friends.
That's all right, dude. Man, like, I made the video. I know I didn't shout out a lot of people, and a few people got a little bit mad. And I mean, don't feel that way. I was just shouting at people who impacted me. And I did say at the end of the video that, if I didn't shout you out, like, shout out to you sort of thing. But anyways, I was just targeting people who were really negative in the community, because I just think I don't want people to lose sight as this community expands, because as there's more numbers, we're a small community at the moment. As we gain more numbers, you're going to get a few more negative people. And I don't know, it's just got a really good vibe at the moment. I think it's important to keep it that way. And there's women who are coming over into the community also who are like new in the space, and some people have been like, with like Wendy and whatnot, people have been negative towards her, and like pushing people out like that in the space isn't good, because you're basically eliminating half the population from the investing, because like you got to be like more inclusive there, because you've got to think these girls are a lot more emotional, therefore it's a lot harder for them to get in because they're more sensitive. Therefore, you got to have this welcoming, good vibe in the community. And I was just a bit worried, because like I was just seeing like a lot of this happen, and I just seen it actually negatively impact people and content and reduce their content. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna say something about this, but in a way that I'm not mad at these people. I'm just saying, look, don't isolate yourself, because VeVe is going to be huge and you're just isolating yourself from the community, and they're not going to want anything to do with you. But we're just letting you know now, we want to include you. Don't feel that people hate you and whatnot. But in the end, like one of the people chucked a big spaz and obviously didn't understand the message. So it's their loss at the end of the day, because we've tried to be inclusive and nice, but I guess you can't help everyone, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, it just becomes a waste of time if you keep trying.
Yeah, man. And like the one thing that I was gonna say is like, bro, I'm just like, you know, like you've seen like GAMMAVERSE here with us, man. Like popping out this crazy good content. Like it would be a shame to be egotistical and be like, shoot, I see GAMMAVERSE as a threat. Like he's got a lot of good stuff on the way. Let's not talk about him. If he's retweeted, and you know what's gonna happen from that is that he's gonna get likes from the community, from everybody else, because they're gonna notice he's got quality stuff, and then it's gonna isolate us from him, and then that's gonna create more separation. So it's like, when, like, you know, like, don't be wrong. Like, I'm not saying like every YouTuber that says like one thing on YouTube should be like, let's bring him to the moon, but if you like making moves and like you got really quality content, like it needs to be elevated, it needs to be shared.
Yeah. I hated the whole circle jerk comment. They're like, the circle jerk, you know, they're just trying to help each other. It's like, mate, like, I brought in Dozer, and he had a less of a following than me, and now he's past me, and I didn't give a shit. I'm like, that's good, because I want to see that content. Like, I'm not in competition. I'm making completely different content. You know, you got to put your own edge on it. If you're feeling threatened by other people, it's because you're not being yourself. Just be yourself and enjoy yourself. Do your thing. You know, and being yourself, why are you putting yourself in pain and putting yourself through all of this effort? Because like, what's the point?
Or they feel like they know your content is better. So it's like, damn, like now I gotta compete. I mean, that's the way of the world, right? Like if you LeBron James, you don't give a damn about Joe Smo sitting on the bench. I'm LeBron. I will dunk on you. I don't care about who are you, right? But if you LeBron and you gotta face Steph Curry and he busting half court shots every damn 30 seconds, now you like, okay, like I'm not liking the fact that I'm barely holding on. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, but I do get that, and that's a bad way to look at it for these people, because it's
for sure.
Because it's like, at the end of the day, like, Todd McFarlane Batman is sick, but I'm not gonna stop buying new collectibles that come into the app because they're not as good as Todd McFarlane.
Exactly.
You know, all these things have a place. You just make sure you find what content you cover better than anyone else, or what content like better than the average. You know, this space is so small that there's so much opportunity. You can like cut in a niche. Like, example, like with VeVe, he is like teaching new people coming into the space about certain things, and there's a need for that content, and he, you know, he throws shots at a few other creators and stuff, and I'm like, I don't see why, because it's like, okay, your content, you're doing what you're doing really well. Why are you worried about what other people are doing? And it didn't, like, you know,
everybody. So look, it's like this too. I noticed everybody got their own lane. Me and Comic with those. Me and Comic was talking about this, you know, before this. But bro, everybody got their position, bro. That's how the world is. And everybody ain't gonna be a Michael Jordan. Everybody ain't gonna be a Mike Tyson. Everybody ain't gonna be. It's okay though. You know what I'm saying? You gonna need Scottie Pippens. You gonna need, you know what I'm saying, them right hand men. You know, and or at the end of the day, that don't take no shine from you. You know what I'm saying? If everybody's doing it, because as far as I'm concerned, I watch everybody's content, all the content creators, and even if they do happen to talk about, kind of overlap the same topic, it's still in a different approach, or they may have a different mindset on how they come about it, right? So I don't really see, like, Comic, he do lore, right? Comic lore and all that. That's a whole different section that's gravitating a certain, you know, demographic, right? You and Pirates, both of you guys, as well as you know, Flipper, y'all are more analytical and also like predicting what the future may be. I need to know that too. You know, it's not just I only know the comic side and I don't know the actual analytics. So it all comes in hand, and the cog makes the biggest wheel. You know what I'm saying? So I don't see that being an issue unless people make it an issue. You know what I'm saying? Because then too, just to let y'all know, this is what I learned in life. you can only have an argument if you talk back. You feel what I'm saying? What I mean by that is, if somebody, let's say somebody talking, oh, you this, you that, you know, you ain't this, you ain't that. If you say, hey, God bless you, man, or you right, and you walk about your business, who you gonna talk to, or who she gonna talk to? Nobody. So you know what I'm saying?
That's why I never respond. I never respond to Volt about
man, just,
like the.
Hey, God bless you, man, and then keep it pushing, because whatever their, hurt people. So whatever their inferiority is, or insecurities or worries may be, or they just may, their life may not be in the position they wanted to be in at that point in time. I realize exactly. As humans, every human ain't horrible, but they just something ain't going right with the way they picture their life going. So if they in that predicament, then hey man, God bless you. And when you get to the spot where you can come talk to us and commune with us, and you pop champagne with us, then that'll be the day we can do that. But until then, hey, God bless you, find your way,
Yeah, exactly. And we're gonna lift up everyone around us. Like the thing is, I don't have anything exceptional going for me. I just be myself. People like me, people don't, whatever, like me and Chad can cover sort of similar content. I'm covering like flipping, so can Jeremy, but we've all got a different personality. And like, I think people get upset because they're like, when they're not being themselves, their content becomes their personality. But when you be yourself and you're just doing you, it's like, well, I mean, this person doesn't like me because, they don't like my vibe or whatever. But like when all your content is what you got and you're not delivering, people just get a little bit upset, and I'm just like,
I want to put this in the air very quickly, just to let you all know, and this is coming from a 100% objective standpoint. Flip or James or Flip, I say Flip, but
that's what I did.
Yeah, definitely one of the most how can I say, non-selfish. He's one of the selfless people that's been in this space, at least from what I can tell, man. He gives me little tips on the side, like, hey, you can, this how you can put your tweet out, this and that. These are things that aren't put to the public. So, it does come from a very, he wants to see people win. You know what I'm saying? Just like everybody does. I want to see everybody win. I want to see all the content creators win. And I'm pretty sure y'all want the same. So, yeah,
exactly. And like, I'll give it tips in regards to flipping, because I know that there's people that don't have a lot of money in this space. I didn't have a lot of money when I came in, and I flipped, and that's how I was able to actually play this game. Right. And I was like, well, I could help people do that. And then I look at other creators and I'm like, okay, so if I want to help everyone as much as possible, realistically, it's best to help the creators that are doing something influential, because then they will help more people. If you can help like 10 creators, you're essentially probably helping 50,000 people if they blow
butterfly up. Effect. Yep.
Yeah, and it's that's my sort of aim for it. Like I sort of take that Gary V approach to everything. I just looked at his method and I was like, okay, this works really well, and I like that. It's a good vibe. It's great making connections, opportunities. My plan's to leave my job and stuff like that. So I'm attacking everything from a sort of business analytical angle, and I think that rubs some people the wrong way. But at the end of the day, I'm not going to stop what I'm doing. It works and whatnot.
Listen,
and like
that's everybody's goal. We all trying to sit back, and I had to worry about getting up at 6 in the morning, 8 in the morning, whenever y'all get up, man. I feel that.
And that's
what I gotta bounce out, man. So let me just close out before I leave.
Yeah, he's gotta go too, actually, too, bro.
Yeah,
the boys.
You guys taking off, Chad?
Yeah, we gotta take off too, bro. It's funny because for us right now, I think it's like James is like, it's the morning, right? Am I wrong?
Yeah. Nah, it's 1:30 here. I'm meant to be going to work.
That's crazy, because here it's like 11:26 at night, bro.
Yeah, I gotta go to sleep soon.
Yeah.
All right, so are you all heading off?
Yeah, I gotta take off.
Yeah, no worries. Well, we'll just do a bit of a close up here. Is there anything anyone wanted to say before we close up?
I want to talk about Gamma, man. So, hey, Gamma, man,
Your microphone's gone.
Those
No
man,
mic.
Thanks, man. At once was I'm like, oh, I'm gonna throw him out of the way. No, dude. You know why? I'm like, this guy is a really good linebacker. We're doing different positions. We're doing different content. I'm like, I'm confident. I'm super confident in my ability. I know that I'm good at.
Yo. Yo.
Your
Your
mic-
microphone.
Hey,
mic
Tommy.
down, bro. That's the best pose right there. I need a screenshot of that.
Hey, bro, you look like Uncle Sam, bro.
I'm taking a picture of that. Yes.
Only you
Yo,
can
that's
fit forest
the best.
fires.
I'm gonna screenshot. I'm gonna screenshot this. You're
Hey,
beautiful.
screenshot that.
You're
Please
beautiful.
Screenshot that.
Bro,
Hey, look,
that's-
hey, that looks like that's supposed to be a cover art or some shit. That's crazy.
I told you not to go there.
Oh, he's gone. But yo, I agree with it, man. I Gamma, man, your content's fire, bro. Like that's why I wasn't joking, man. When I was like commented on your video and I was like, like I was feeling those emotions, you know what I mean? So keep it up, bro. You're gonna be a big player soon, man. And I mean, you already are, but I just meant like people are gonna recognize you more soon. You're gonna have like a lot more subs, bro, and you'll be like another big guy in the community, man. So just keep at it, bro. Like just be consistent, man. Because we made like 50 videos when no one was watching. Like we were making videos, bro, and I had literally for like 5 videos, I had like 13 subs. You know what I'm trying to say?
Hey, listen, you know the crazy part? I was around for then.
That's crazy.
I was watching. I was in the cut watching. Don't worry. Like I remember,
That's
I saw you guys grow exponentially, bro. You guys are. Listen, I'm gonna tell you like this because I know y'all got to get out of here. But pretty much you, VeVe Flip,
Sorry, guys, I got
Cavell. You back? All right, there
yeah,
you go.
I don't know if you guys heard.
Go ahead, comment. Go ahead.
Hey, what was the last thing
You were like this.
Going in.
Yo. All right, bro. We official comment, bro. Hey, bro. I don't know what's going on over there. Hey, but but just to let y'all know, man, like I was watching you guys, I saw you guys grow. Like I'm talking about, it's course Cavell. That boy make a video every 30 damn seconds. He funny as hell.
Yeah.
But you know, all the the Gail, NF Wonderful, you know, everybody. Like I was just, you know, every day. That's all I was consuming. So whether y'all know it or not, man, y'all was keeping me entertained at work when I was like, man, I'm about to clock out. I'm just tired of working. You feel me? So I appreciate that, man. And I, like I said, everybody got their own flavor, bro. So I watch y'all for a totally different reason why somebody would probably watch me. You know, because I'm not doing analytical. I'm just doing a satire, like
I love it,
finding out what I find out. And they need you all, especially. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what I need. So I know, like, okay, I do the, you know, the laid back stuff, but when I want to know the real, like, okay, we talking numbers and we talking mints and all that, that's what y'all for, and that's y'all special. And y'all run like it's professional, you know what I'm saying? Y'all doing interviews and shit. Like, I love it. I love it, bro. I love it, bro.
That's sweet, dude.
Yeah,
like
sure.
it's been cool, bro. Like it's been cool to do this stuff with the community, and like, and it's crazy. I had like Dan Crothers actually say thanks to me on Twitter. He just like randomly one day he's like, hey, I saw your interview with Orange Bag Lady. He's just like literally on Twitter, and he's like, I just want to say thanks. And I was like, man, like what? Like, you know what I mean? Because when you do it from the heart too, that's how you know we're doing it from the heart. We literally made 4 or 5 videos and we had like 9 subs, bro.
You're right.
Like we were just making them. Like we didn't care. Like, we even said that if nobody watches, I don't give a shit. Like I'm just gonna keep putting up. Because I'm doing it for me, really. Like if I help one person, great. And then Cavell one day, I don't know if I told James the story. Cavell one day saw my video on like ways to increase the value of your VeVe collection, bro. It had like 9 views. I wake up, this thing has like 800 views, and I had like 45 subs or something. And I was like, I felt like a king, bro. I was like 45 subs, like you know what I'm trying to say? Like it was
not look at you.
Yeah, it's crazy, right? Like it's. Even now, though, it's still so small. Like 1,500 is like don't get me wrong.
Listen. No, it ain't small. Look, I'm gonna tell you like this: it's small compared to YouTube, but compared to VeVe, that shit is like you Mr. Beast. You know what I'm saying? Of PewDiePie, some shit. You know what I mean? Like that's a big deal, man. You feel me? So Big
Spot
deal.
on, bro. Like when VeVe is massive and you got people like Mr. Beast fucking with VeVe, they're gonna
Exactly.
watch his videos and then they're gonna type in VeVe and your video is gonna be popping up first and you're just gonna get all of their following. And it's
Exactly.
just and not just that, is your engagement. So like you look at videos that have 1 million views or whatever, but they don't really have that much engagement. They don't make emotional connections with these people, and these people, like you could literally say just about anything and your community would go and do it, like, you know. Whereas there's a lot of people who have 1 million views and like their viewers do not give a shit. Like there's people who are waking up in the morning every morning and you're probably the first thing on their mind and they go and watching your video. You can't say that a lot about other YouTubers. It doesn't matter how many views they have. It's about the community, bro. And you've got like the, you know, strongest community in the space, bro.
Wow, man, that's heavy, bro.
Yeah,
James always makes me feel so good, bro. I need to talk to James. Like, I need to call you on Sunday, bro. Like, instead of doing church or religion, I'm just gonna call James. Like, James, bro, tell me the news.
Give me compliments.
Yeah, exactly. James, you know, the other thing I hate about James is that every time he talks about a collectible, I want to buy it. Today he started talking about Jake the dog, and I'm like, damn, why didn't I buy more Jake the dogs? You know what I'm trying to say? Like, I would never consider that. Like, screw Jake. But now James talks about it. I'm like, okay, like I'm thinking
$40 collectible. It's like $40. It's the same price as what you'd have to buy it in the market because of the fact that it's region locked.
Yeah.
And that's insane. It was a region locked collectible. You can still get it for 40. It's a first series. The Lady Rainicorn in that has the same mints as Risso. You know, this set, you got to realize that all the kids who are watching this are going to be grown up once VeVe's big, and they're going to be wanting a Jake the dog, and it's from the first season. It's like what, the eighth release on VeVe, or seventh release or something on VeVe. It's insane, bro. Like, it's not about how expensive the collectible it's going to be. It's about the return, and that collectible is like, it's gonna at least 10x from here. Like, if it 10x's and sits at $500, do you see $500 on a Jake the dog at the middle of next year unreasonable? Like, you'd look at that and you go, well, that makes sense. And the thing is, that's a 10x. You know, what investment are you gonna 10x in a year's time? Like, you know what I mean? And you don't have to worry about no bear market or anything. There's gonna be a bear market that'll affect it a bit, but once VeVe grows more, it's like an investment that you just don't lose on, you know. And people will wake up and they'll start buying Jakes and they'll disappear. There's not very many of them,
bro. It's true, man. And you know what I think about sometimes is I think about these Reddit groups, right? Like, you know, like the whole thing with GameStop. Like, if you just get like 1% of that crazy Reddit group that comes over to VeVe and like buys up all the Pepperinos, bro, Pepperinos gonna be like 10K for like
2 horns, bro.
You know what I'm trying to say? Like that's the thing too that could happen. Like, I know that's like obviously crazy, but like, you know, just get all these guys that are like, all right, what's available on the market? Like Perla, let's hit it. Like, you know, like
that whole unicorn set is gonna be massive. Like, first release, and it's the first pets on VeVe. Like, in a metaverse, you need avatars, vehicles, pets, houses, you know, like land, and there's gonna be pets. That's the first range of pets. They're cute, and people are gonna want them. Who's not gonna want like a 2-horn little devil fucking unicorn running around? It's like weird, and it's just gonna be cool. And then, you know, you got Ritmo, he's hype. When you got people like rappers coming in, they're gonna want little fucking dreadlocked unicorn. It's because it's just whack. That guy's got a cult-like following, similar to I'm trying to think of what niche. It's a pretty cult-like following in Japan. It's a Japanese street brand, which is huge.
Yeah.
Once those users hate NFTs because they're like, it's bad for the environment. But once they wake up and start realizing, oh, okay, so VeVe's environmentally friendly, they're going to start moving over, and you'll start seeing that cult behavior. At the moment, there isn't really any Tokidoki fans on the platform, and you know, I just think that I think they're sick. But yeah. Then again, Adventure Time still the first pets if you think about it. Really, can't make them as an avatar.
Yeah, that could be sweet, man. I agree with you.
Yeah, but anything from series 1 is insane. Anything from.
Take off, but I'll be here for a little bit more.
Yeah,
all right, guys.
Catch you
Yeah,
later.
we'll be safe, y'all.
Yes,
But yeah, anything from series 1. Anything from series 1 is going to be insane. Like having anything from series 1 Pokemon is insane. Like if you had mint condition Pokemon, the first season of Pokemon cards, like, you know, like a starter pack or something like that, in pristine condition, how many thousands of dollars would that be worth?
Right.
Oh, you're ridiculous. Yeah.
You'd probably be able to go buy a house with that pack unopened.
Right.
You know, without even opening and seeing what's in it, you'd probably be able to go buy a house with it. Well, probably not. I don't know. I don't know that much about Pokemon cards. I used to love the TV show, and the games, but I never really got into the cards.
Listen, I was just watching a video, like a box of like first edition like Pokemon cards that came out when we were young, like when they first dropped them, go for like tens of thousands. Like it's not a game.
I remember seeing first edition like Charizards in the store, like in the glass cases and stuff, for like $70 a pop. And I remember at the time, my mom was like, "That's crazy! Like I can't even," because you get packs for like $2 or whatever, right? So it's like how crazy is that, you know? And meanwhile, if you would have just stacked up like 10, threw them in some like pristine grading system, and then you would have probably made like $1 million right now. That's not even a joke.
Yeah, and this is like that, but amplified. This is amplified. Imagine having a Rainicorn unicorn when that thing's animated, and you're just in your VeVe house, and that thing's just like blowing around and shit, or it just spins around you like an aura when you walk down the street. It's a fucking unicorn, like it. And another thing that I wanted to touch on, which I think is going to be really big for influencers in the space, especially people like you guys, is when those blind boxes open, right, stocking up on them and doing blind box openings, like holding them, not opening them, and then opening them like a year or two later.
Like a year, you're right, man. That'd be crazy. Or even just selling the blind box like unopened.
Yeah. Oh no, like I mean, like jumping on stream and being like, okay, you know, people jump in, you just place a bet, and like then you open it, and that person wins whatever comes out of that. So that it's like a lucky dip, and you're opening, and they're paying like $100 to enter or something like that. And, you know, they have the chance to win like, you know, $100, maybe like $200 something to enter. They have a chance of winning either $100 collectible and losing $100, or they have the chance of making like 20 grand.
Wow,
you know,
that's pretty solid, right? Like, but dudes, like, man, like just today I was thinking about that drop again. I'm like, bro, it's crazy to think I put in 120, I got the Ecto, and then I sold it right away for like 350. And I'm just like it's just wild to me that like you can make like $200 like without even thinking. You're like, buy now, okay, I got it, wait an hour, boom, sell it for this, okay, bam, I'm in there. And then when you start cashing out, like, bro, just because of that alone, the world would love this, just like for the pure value proposition. Like, I'll just see if I get lucky. Might as well, I'm just gonna tune in. I don't, like, you know, I could literally be in a room with like my bosses and everyone's like, all right, let's just all tune in 11 o'clock. Like, you know? Did you get lucky? No, I didn't. Oh yeah, exactly. Congratulations, perfect. That'll be perfect for, you know, your down payment for your house. Like, see you later, you know.
What? So may I ask, why do you guys all have Smoko at 8? Well, that's because we have business to do.
Right. Yeah. Everybody in the break room on their phone, like at 11. Like,
It's funny. I got my mates into it, and like for ages, a lot of them were like, "This is a scam. This is a scam." And now they're like, rock up at my house or whatever, and they'll just be like, "Bro, did you get the hoverboard drop? Did you get the hoverboard drop?"
Now they addicted.
Man, the money boards are $60. He's like, man, I spent like $15 and this. Bro, those hoverboards were the greatest investment. If you just stockpile those Marty boards, because you could buy them initially for like $20 in the secondary market. If you just stocked up on heaps of them, you'd like, 5x your money in like a week.
And hoverboards are lit. Yep, absolutely.
Carson has a number 42, though.
What's that?
Carson has a number 42, the Marty hoverboard, the common, bro.
Get out of here.
Yeah, number 42? 42, bro. He didn't get it on the drop. He bought it. But he bought it for like something cheap. Like I think it was like $1,400 or something. And he's like, yo, I'm definitely hodling that.
God.
Yeah.
Well, listen, those hoverboards, I feel like man, look, they're gonna be something in the future, bro. Like they're really gonna be something. So, and they kept stressing that Mattel logo, right? See, one thing I messed up on, I was just going for the ultra rare. I'm like, man, I'm just gonna go for ultra rare. I can get my comment, which I got a couple of them. I got like a 425 and like another one. So it's a decent mint, but I should have went for the Marty McFly FA first, bro, because those are gonna be when they get those. Because even though you got the ultra rare, like the Pitbull one, right? Or
what are you gonna want?
The Pitbull one. Marty rode the common one. You know what I'm saying? So it just looked cleaner next to the DeLorean. Like I should have. It is what it is.
It looks cool. Everyone sees that and they know what it is. If you've seen the Pitbull, they'd be like, is that
right?
Like, everyone knows that was the scooter and he snapped the steering off it and then he flew it. You know what I mean?
Exactly. So, but now I know, like, hey, it's not always about the ultra rare. A lot of times it is, but you go for what you like too, because it'll come a point in time where they even said, like, they want the collectors to go for the IPs they really want. It ain't just, I just got to get this because it's an ultra rare. I got to, so go for what y'all like, bro. That's another big thing I done learned already.
Yeah, like if they drop Fast and the Furious and they drop like a Nissan Z as an ultra rare and they've got an R34 as a common, I'm going for the R34. Exactly. Like, I don't give a fuck. I don't want no fucking Nissan Z. Like I don't give a shit about Nissan Z.
Hey, and then I was in the AMA. I was listening to the AMA. The past one that just happened. They said when the VeVeVerse gets here, Reese was talking about it. Eventually, they want it where, let's say you get the car that you want, right? You'll be able to switch the paint jobs, the wheels, the everything about it, the engine if you want to, like the colors of the wheels, all that. So if you get the body of the car, you could probably have like ultra rare paint on it. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it could get crazy.
Yeah, true. And then you're like gonna sell a car for like the car that you bought originally was $300, but you put all that extra on it. Now it's worth $40K.
Exactly.
And you just kept getting on drops, the ultra rare paint. Then the next drop, you got like the ultra rare friggin' lights. And then also, you built this car up.
Could you imagine? Could you imagine if they made it so like you customize it, and whatever combination you lock that in, and no one else can copy that combination?
Man, look, man, that'd be crazy, bro.
Like you could literally set your own rarity, and like these people would be racing to customize these vehicles. And like if you just get one that just looks fat and no one else can have that, and then you popularize it or whatever, that would be insane.
Bro, that would be insane.
They got so many opportunities, bro. It's so many things that you can make that, like a part of the VeVeVerse, where it can even separate you from. Like I got a video. My next video is gonna kind of talk about what I found out about that too. But like the way that they can make it where everything can be an NFT, bro, or anything can be an NFT, bro. Like anything can have a certain rarity. Of course, you're gonna have your common stuff, like they said, like plants and couches and stuff like that. But it will come a time where, hey, this furniture, it's only 1 in 1,000 pieces. You know what I'm saying? Like, or something that ain't even got nothing to do with IP. You know
what would be awesome if real estate, they gave you the option to buy like real places. Like, so you go out in the street and you're like, okay, I'm snagging this
area, yep,
this area, and I'm gonna buy it up, and you pay whatever the price is for that area, And then when the VeVeVerse blows up, you own a place that people can advertise their businesses and shit in. So they're walking down the street with their AR glasses on, and you have this prime location for advertising, and some company wants that position, and you're just like, you're just fuck off now. I got my 420 Labbit here. It's staying here. You can rack off.
Not the 420
Oh,
love.
but you're right though, man. Like I just think about like the thing that really kind of threw me for a loop tonight is like you guys were talking to me about the Rolex watch with the gold moogly, right? And I was like, man, I've got a friend that's got like a really nice Rolex watch. It's like a $15,000 watch. And I'm like, bro, like I'll never get that. Like that's insane to think. And I'm like, wow, now I've got this. That's, you know, it's not 15K, but actually it's kind of is because it's also American for us. So for Canadian, it's like 16 if I were to sell it, right? But what the bigger point I'm trying to make is like these are assets, bro. Like these are things that are gonna, like, if I wanted to, and VeVe's still around in 20 years, like that's still a thing that I have. Like that's my collection, which is insane to think. You know what I mean? Like it's
Absolutely.
like I don't have many things, so it's like crazy to think that like now I have this, which is like a flex. Like it's just like you got your Rolex, I got my gold moogly. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, dude.
like I never even thought about it.
Especially when wearables come out, you know what I'm saying? And we no longer need phones and stuff like that. Everything is straight through your glasses. Like I'm telling you, bro, when wearables become like a common thing, everybody got them, bro. In it, like VeVe NFTs are gonna be more valuable than shit in real life, bro. It's a matter of time, bro. Because then now, what's that?
I was just gonna say, imagine like when you got those, as you're saying, the wearables and you got the skin. Imagine if you get like a Thanos glove and you just go into the coffee shop and you're just like, you know, I'll go grab my skinny latte, and you go to pay in cash, but you got this fucking Thanos fucking glove, and then this chick's giving you like extra shots for free in your coffee.
Right, there you go. Or pull up with a Johnny Dunn, pull up with a Dragon Girl on your back.
Just wearing it.
Right, just wear a fucking Dragon Girl on your back and walk around with it like Hunchback of Notre Dame and shit.
Yeah.
But even that, so like this, and this is what I try to tell people too, like even with your movie, right? Bruh, like I just dropped the Cars video, right? And
yeah, I saw that.
even not even just Cars, but people. I should do another video on Banksy. See, people need to know about Banksy too, but that's a whole nother story.
But when you talked about Banksy on that Twitter space, dude, I was like, this needs to be content. Holy shit.
Because people, I'm
blew
working
my
on
brain,
that.
bro.
Yeah, I'm working on that. But what I'm trying to say is, so these people are selling multi-million-dollar art pieces, right? Multi-million-dollar art pieces. Art don't do shit for you but stay on the wall. It ain't paying no bills. It ain't making your house cool when it's hot outside. It ain't cooking you food. It ain't doing shit but sitting there, right? And people are paying top dollar for this. Art is nothing but how much the person that's willing to spend on it thinks is worth. You feel what I'm saying? Right. So if something like art, which I wholeheartedly feel like if you got the money and it's a Basquiat piece, I mean, I'm with it. You know what I'm saying? If I got the money to play with, okay, I'll drop a couple million, few million, whatever. But I say that to say this. Most people, right, 99% of the world, like, I would never in hell pay that much money for something you hang on the wall, right?
Right.
But we're not talking about most people. The people that really want the bread, who want to put their money into an investment, they'll find a moogly. You know what I'm saying? They'll find somebody who's willing to sell a moogly or a Rizzo or most people that don't understand it, it ain't even for them anyway. You know what I'm saying? It's not as far as just the big ticket items. You feel me? That's like us. That's like, well, not us, but let's just say, because we understand the vision, but let's just say a Joe Schmo, he walk into an auction house, an art auction house, right? And he like, man, what the, I wouldn't pay nothing for this. And then they looking at him like, we know this ain't for you, little boy. Go on about your business. You know what I'm saying? So
exactly.
You know, it's one of them type things.
And like touching on that scarcity, bro, like people think, okay, just because it's scarce, like, why does that matter? And it's like, well, because when you go to sell it and no one else is selling it, there is going to be someone in that 2, 3, 4, 25 million fucking user base of VeVe that's going to be like, yeah, I'll take that straight away because it's the only one available. And that Moogly, literally, there's gonna be a point in time where there's only going to be like 1 or 2 sitting there on the market.
Absolutely.
And you have the ability to drop that at any time and sell it like
any price you want. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
whatever you want it. Hey, listen, I want to sell it for $18 million. If somebody ain't got it, don't talk to me. You know, it's just one of them things. It could be like that because at the end of the day, it don't matter. People put value in what they consider something has value in. So if they don't feel like they got any value in that, or is not value in that, they're not gonna get it. You feel me?
Someone's gonna do it. Somebody's
gonna do it. You know, because somebody's gonna do it.
Because like someone bought those bought the crypto punks, and it's like, okay, so if someone buys that Moogly for 10 million on VeVe, everyone is going to know about it. So therefore, realistically, people will do it just for status. They'll be like, okay, I just bought this. There's an article.
Another good point up.
Yeah, an article made.
Punks.
Yeah,
those crypto punks.
Exactly. And then an article gets made, and then everyone goes, oh, who is this guy? They go on his Instagram and go, oh, he's a music artist. Bam, he just fucking got like mad promotion. Yeah. And you know, it's a flex. Like a lot of people strategically buy this, and the thing is once you bought it for that price and people know it's that value, you've just set the new floor to that price, especially if there's nothing else on the market. Someone else will come in and be like, well, why would I sell it for less than that? Because one sold for that price.
Exactly.
Right. Yeah. Bro, we just saw this on a micro scale, right? Like on a micro scale, like I just bought this movie and I was like, what a steal. But like those guys back in January that were on this app were like, you're an idiot if you buy that for more than $400. Do you see what I'm trying to say? Like back then they were like, bro, like these guys are ridiculous for even like, why would you be doing that? There's only a few thousand people on the app, and the same wave is going to happen the next time where somebody's going to see a gold movie and be like, oh man, it's 83,000 today. Like this is ridiculous. And that hoping that those waves for all of this stuff will just continue to get bigger and bigger, right? When all of a sudden Todds are going for 100K and like, you know, like some of these rare pieces like Adani's like hitting $1 million, and you got like Drake coming in here being, I'm going to buy 3 to be a big player in the VeVe-verse. Like, I don't know. Like it's
Snoop Dogg coming in and buying a 420 Happy Stash.
You keep plugging this Happy Stash 420.
Yeah, shout out to Happy Stash. His username is at 420 Happy Stash. So you'll be able to find him on there, 420 Happy Stash.
Yo, you made that guy's day, bro. When you bought that, like if I had that listed and I was like, whoa, I just made like 900 gems. Like
right. No cap, absolutely.
Man,
and also too, just think about it this way too. He brought up a good thing about those crypto punks, bro. Crypto punks were $0 when they came out. Somebody gave it up to people for free, and they don't mean anything. You know what I'm saying? No value to nothing, right? Besides money. Yeah, they came out as free. Whoever created them, I got to see. I'm about to drop. I'm giving y'all the sauce, man. They came out as free, bro. They did not cost money when they first came out. Somebody made them and just gave them to people, and then people started creating value for them afterwards. So just to imagine something like that and creating free, and now they selling for auctioning off for millions of dollars, and now you got a gold movie or whatever, a Rizzo, whatever. Come on, man, it's inevitable.
Right.
Yeah, dude. Man, and like these Ecto ones that just come out, it's like 4,444 editions. That is not a lot of editions
at all.
Not at all. Look how much Superman's selling for. Like, I mean, Superman is a single piece for a set, and it is Superman. But a lot of work went into that Ecto one. Like, I think that the Ecto one should be a similar price. You know, like it should reach a similar price.
When cars start to be drivable, that's when the car prices are going to start looking like real car prices. You know what I'm saying? Like when you're able to drive them on the app and all that, I guarantee they're going to 2 times that day.
Yeah.
Bro, you're so right.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, man. like the problem that I find I keep seeing with people that are looking to flip is they wait till like all the hype is there. Like for instance, Todd, like I knew about Todd. I was like harping on Todd when it was 300 gems. And the hard part is being like staying convicted when no one else is. Like to be like, I'm going to go buy up 20 Todds and I didn't do this. I'm just saying like, that's the hard part, to foresee it before like James, similar to Javonte, like you called that perfectly, bro. And you were like stacking on those. Right. He's like, and he was stacking, and everyone was like, and then what happened was I remember I got one and then I bought another one too. And I bought a ton, but I bought another one for my mom at the time. And I was like, don't worry, I got you. And it was like 290 gems. And then it shot down to 2. And I remember thinking to myself, man, what an idiot. Like I should have waited to the floor. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like in my head, but I was like, you know what? I'm convicted on this piece. Like even if nobody else sees it, I'm convicted. And then that thing now is whatever it is, 1.7K. It's like,
come on, man. Yeah. I messed up on that one big time.
I bought five. I bought 5 under 200 and I sold them. I got 1 left. But I bought 5 under $200. You know, that's ridiculous. And you know, I lost a lot of the gems actually because I made a shitty move on the ghost trap. I bought what I thought was a low mint ghost trap for a good price. I spent like, I bought 2 of them and I mint, and I spent like $1,500 on them, and I was like, that's a steal. And then, is my thing freezing?
A little bit.
You're back now, though.
Okay, sweet. Yeah, and I thought that was a steal, and now that mint is selling for like under $1,000, and I'm like, you know, it'll go back up, but like I just basically like liquidated a lot of my funds for now because I can't touch that now. You know, I've only got $1,000 to play with for Comicon, and you know, I bought other collectibles, but I don't want to sell them. Like they were collectibles that I actually want, and I'm like, you know, it was a fucking pain in the ass because I was literally just setting up to buy the Harley Quinn Steve Pugh, and like I just FOMO'd in. You know, people FOMO in, and when I remember before I bought it, I said to Chad and I said to Dozer, I'm like, nah, these are gonna drop down lower. These are gonna drop down lower, and then Dozer was like, no, these are sick, man. They're interactive, and I'm like, yeah, you're right. And then I bought it, and then I was like, fuck. So like we all kind of like it's easy to FOMO, man. You just gotta cut emotions out.
Yeah,
bro.
But like
I did the same thing, man. I bought one. I got one off the drop, and then I listed it for 13 or 1400, and I just didn't even look at the market, right? Because I was like, just in case. And then it sold. And then when it sold, I had 1400 gems in there from like a 5-something 70 mint ghost trap. And then I got scared and I went back in the market and bought one similar mint right away. I was like, no way. I'm like, this thing's gonna go to the moon, right? And like, if I would have just been smarter, I would have made like $500. Like in like, you know, I'm trying to bought another ghost trap for like similar mint. You know what I mean? It's just crazy.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
what FOMO does, man.
Yeah, exactly. Because like you look at it and you go, wait a minute. It's already 10x. Why would it do another 10x?
Yeah, exactly.
You know, and you got to think about it. You go, okay, it could double from here, or I could go buy a collectible that's gonna 5x from here easily with less risk. What should I do? And the thing is like it's hard because there's a lot of hype there. And the thing is, when there's a lot of hype there, and if you can capitalize on it, that's the most beneficial because it's a lot easier to sell a hyped collectible. You know, like trying to sell a Labbit now, like for example, Labbits are fucking sick, but trying to sell one at a decent price now will take you a little bit longer. And if you want to liquidate funds to buy something else, especially right before drop after it's sort of just been announced and it's like hyped, you're probably gonna have trouble selling that Labbit unless you sell it below floor price.
It's true, bro. And yo, that's another thing too. Like I sold a lot of low mint things, but they don't sell like this, bro. Like low mint, like that's what I love about, and this is why I kind of shifted my strategy to be just like more limited edition items or things that are like ultra rare that like aren't actually necessarily sometimes the best mints, is that they can sell quick if you just beat the floor. You know what I mean? So you just like throw them like 20 gems lower than the floor, and then bam, it's gone like that. And it's like, okay, that's better than sometimes having, like, don't get me wrong, low mints are going to appeal to certain types of investors, but like, you know, if somebody's looking for something, generally they're going to go after just whatever the lowest one is. Do you know what I mean? So like I just find it interesting for cashing out. Like, you know, like it's just a lot easier, I find, if you're like looking to make some quick flips.
Yeah, that's why, like, for me, if I fuck with a low mint, it's gonna be of a collectible that's gonna take ages to climb. So like the Marty board, I went and bought a 110 mint, and I spent like 110 mint, and I spent $120 on it, and that was cheap. Now you don't see them selling those mints selling for like below $800, I think. And then I did the same thing with an Alex Ross. I bought an Alex Ross 140 mint, and I spent like, I think like $60 or something on it, and now they're not below $800.
Wow.
No, yeah, the Alex Ross low mints, and that's just because people who are collecting the low mints for them like love that piece and whatnot. But if you go buy the ultra rare of the low mint, everyone's like, it's an ultra rare plus a low mint, $10,000. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
like
Some of it's ridiculous. Like some of it, I'm like, okay, like I see, man, even the gold movies, I saw one, I think it was like 9.9 mil, and I'm like, okay, like I'm like, I can see that like potentially like at the peak of this whole thing, but like I don't know anybody that's like dropping 10 million gems for one thing in here. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, like what's the point in the low mint? Like you've already got like a really good collectible. Like doesn't matter. So like, yeah, like that's like example, if they released you know, the Punisher and they made it a common, you're like, I love the Punisher, but I ain't fucking with like a number, you know, number 8,000 fucking Punisher. I want to go get a sub 100 Punisher because I love Punisher. And now anyone who's a huge fan of Punisher in the future are gonna see that low mint and they're gonna want it. So that's worth it. But if you were to go get like the Spider-Man or whatever ultra rare, there's gonna be no point. The return on investment is gonna be trash, and it's gonna be hard to sell if you need to. So you're just liquidating like a massive amount of money that's gonna be hard to like get back if you need it. You know?
Right.
So like that's my strategy with low mints. Just because like I've had so many times where I've bought a low mint collectible and then I've really wanted something and I've actually sold it for less than what I bought it for, because I knew the return that I'd get on the new collectible would be better, and it was.
Yeah.
But if I didn't bother with that, I could have just sold it and actually made profit because it's climbed, and like sold it and made like, you know, $200 profit, and I missed out on the opportunity. So I'm just like, fuck this, not gonna bother with it. Plus you got to write all that shit down. You're like, how much did I buy it for and all that crap. Whereas if you just buy the floor, you can sort of just remember that.
Bro, it's so true, James. And the other thing I think people forget too is like there's going to be steals. Like if you guys saw me when I was going for that golden movie, like if anybody that was paying attention to my profile, like they would have saw a lot of amazing deals drop, because I was moving like at light speed. I was like, I need to get, because I was like looking at it like this. If there's a floor difference of 4K between that movie and the next one, then if I shave $500 or $600, it's no big deal. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So I was like, I'm going to kill the floors. I'm going to go down the floor like 100 gems. So like somebody sees that and it's like instant buy, instead of being like, let me cut it by 10 and like wait for the next half an hour. Like, you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
But like, that's the way that I like sometimes you got to make moves like that. Like, and so like, that's why like every now and then I'll just like, you know, like you just do new listings, market, and you're just like waiting. And then all of a sudden you're like, holy shit. Like that's like I remember seeing a 126 number Terry Dotson, bro, for $990. And it was like, and I didn't have any liquidity. So like, I couldn't get it, but I was like, as soon as that popped up, I like tried to sell something off quick and I didn't make it in time, but I was like, bro, like a 126 Terry now is like 2.7. You know what I'm trying to say? Like,
yeah,
bro, that's
great move on the Mowgli, bro. Like you've already made your money back basically.
For sure.
Yeah, man. It's,
for sure.
You know what's insane to think is how many of these guys, like I've never seen this one guy, I forget his name, Clifford or something. He's got like everything from season 1, bro. And as I'm looking at his picture, he's got like 3 Donnies, like 4 golden Mooglis, like
3 Donnies.
Bro, like this guy had everything. And I'm just thinking to myself, like, you're a millionaire, bro. Like I was like, you give yourself a year, like you're a millionaire. Like even if you weren't before, you know, like you're done. Like if you spent 10K when you came in January and you like got lucky on those secret rares, you like bought up 4 or 5 Donnies, you know what I'm trying to say? You're super smart. You got like 7 Harley Quinn 19s, whatever. Like, bro, like give yourself another year and a half. Like you're done.
Yep, and you can retire your ass out of here. Exactly, bro. And then too, you got to think about it too. We're all doing this without being able to take our money out right now, right?
Yeah.
So for us to be this active, or just the community in general be this active as far as on the marketplace, and we all going in with the fact that we know that we can't take our money out yet. When they add it to the point where you can take your money out too, now it's going to like through the roof, man, through the roof, because we're already into it heavy, and we know we got to wait on monies being withdrawn. Like, and yeah, so it's going to be through the roof when it's really time for that. Because then people can just, a millionaire want to just wire some funds to get on me so he can get the Moogly or the whatever. Is nothing at that point.
Bro, this is what people do not understand. You're so right. Like Omi to NFT. Because think about, like, James, you would know more about this than me, but like think about the amount of whales in Cardano and just Ethereum that have like, you know, like 460 ETH just sitting there like for whatever, like a rainy day. And then they hear about VeVe and they're like, oh, this is pretty sick. Okay, Omi to NFT. Okay, it's all on Omi now. Let me buy up this, and like all the big collectibles just taking them down, you know?
Yeah, and then just completely avoiding having to withdraw that money and paying tax on it at that point, and then withdrawing it later.
Yeah.
If they're over in Germany or something like that, and they do that, they won't have to pay tax, because after a year, the tax is written off on capital gains. After a year, you get no capital gains tax.
Yeah,
so
it's like Canada too. Canada's the same.
Yeah, here, like every year you get 25%. Under a year, you're paying like 50%.
Wow.
Yeah, it's stupid. It's like, and like these people, like I've told this to people like who hate crypto, and they're like, "That's how it should be." And I'm like, "You're only saying that because you don't invest your money."
Because
like,
it's because you're bitter, bro. That's why.
Yeah, like because like you're paying tax on the money you earn, and then you know you're paying tax on the money you spend, and then you're paying tax on your investment that you make. And if you lose the investment, then you're not insured for it. So why am I paying tax for it if you're not saving my ass if I fuck up?
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing for me?
Tax. It's like, just, you know,
fuck tax.
Insane, bro. For sure. It's too much, man. Like it's population control. It's like, you know, like that's why there's so many restrictions, like, you know, to actually make it in this world, man. Like they're like these guys that do make it big time, like they are smart dudes, man. Like he was even talking to Boy Wonder. Like I don't know if you know who that is, but he's one of Drake's producers. He lives in Toronto.
And, what you know about Boy Wonder, man? Come on.
Bro, I used to train Boy Wonder's kids for soccer, bro.
Get out of here.
Yeah, bro. And
get
like
out of here, bro. That's really crazy.
Yeah, I used to play semi-pro, and then I worked at a place, and then I was like training kids, and then he like one of the guys that I was training, he was friends with like Boy Wonder because he was like in the music industry, and then like all of a sudden like I meet him, bro, and then but he like gave me some great like life lessons, and he was basically telling me at the time, he's like I don't get it, man. He's like, I'm making all this money for me, and he's like, they've got nothing to do with it, and because he's like his own company, they come in hard with those taxes, like taking up more than half, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, what are you doing? Like he's like, this is nothing to do with you. Like I get, like, you know, don't get me wrong, like I'll be a part of this whole thing. Like here, take some money for like, but like the extent of it is just insane. And in Canada, I don't know which one's worse, Australia or Canada, but Canada's like 50%, bro. Like if you're making like 100K, like you're getting a net income of like 55 or 60K. You know what I mean? Like,
whoa.
Yeah, I get
50 there.
I get taxed like 40% or something like that.
That's kind of like where we at. If you make it in a certain tax bracket, 50%.
Maybe I'm wrong. It could be like 70 something, but it's a lot, bro. Like
either way, that's a lot.
Yeah, I used to get like 40% tax for my company, because at one point I was earning over like 120 grand. And yeah, I was getting ridiculous tax, but here it's pretty good if you aren't making that much, because at the moment, because I'm doing all this YouTube stuff, I'm pulling in like only like probably like $900 or something a week, and I don't really get taxed that much. So like, but like, man, they sting people who are in a higher tax bracket, dude. It's crazy. It's like, it's absolutely filthy, you know. And everything here is so expensive too, man. Like food here, everything, and you're just like, fucking, you're killing me. Like before you even get started, all your expenses come out of like being like $600.
Yeah, bro.
It's like, dude.
Yeah. Yo, gents, I'm gonna take off, man. But yo, this has been real, man. And like GAMMAVERSE is part of the boys, bro. Like I feel like I just met you, but it's like feels like natural and everything. That's cool,
hey,
man.
bro. It's just the beginning. Appreciate you, Chad. Listen. Everybody gonna come up, man. It's all love, bro. Everybody eats, bro. This is gonna be. I want to tell you this before you go, man. I was talking to Comic and Dozer and James before you got on, and it's gonna be a time where, you know, we all gonna be on a panel, you know, next to David, next to Reese, next to, you know, Dan, you know, just you know, talking to everybody else. So this is a beautiful time, man. So yeah, man, appreciate you. We gonna keep it moving, and we gonna make sure people know about VeVe, man.
Yeah, dude. And when VeVeCon comes,
come on, man.
We'll be there. Like, you know, it's just weird. Like, I mean, my fan base isn't that big, but like it's like strong. Like if I was at VeVeCon, I'd have fans there wanting to meet me. Like I get messages saying, when you're in, you know, such and such, like when you're in this part of the world, let me know, because you've got a place to stay. And I'm like, whoa, you know,
right?
That's crazy.
So crazy.
And it's kind of funny because like you, I think you said it really well at the beginning too. Is like, it's like, even though it's not a huge crowd, it's like an amazingly engaged crowd, right? And it's like you're actually like on the ground level, like, you know, even like, man, like we were doing that little Twitter space, and people are like, hey, I just want to say thanks for like having me up here. And I'm like, bro, like,
yeah,
like how crazy is this? You know what I mean?
Like, I'm like, yeah,
like
I'm
don't worry, bro.
I'm
Thanks
like,
for being here. You know,
showing up.
Yeah, exactly, right? It's just crazy. Like, you know, big fans, just want to say I love all your guys' content. Thank you so much. And I'm like, what the heck? Like, that's pretty cool, you know? It's like, damn, like people are actually excited to like meet me. I'm like, bro, before, I've never had this in my life. Like nobody's ever been, wow, like so nice to meet you. Like before they'd be like, what up? Like, what do you want? You know, trying to say like,
and when we hold these Twitter spaces, I want you to be like a host on the Twitter space, if you don't mind. Like, just, you know, you bring a good vibe to the Twitter space, and that'll also help you grow a bit too, man, because like more people find out through that space and whatnot, if you can.
Talking to Chad or me?
What's that? No, you did. Chad's
me.
Chad's Chad's already
I'm about to say, I thought Chad already, but no, yeah, I'm with
Did I
that,
say
man.
Chad? I might have said Chad. I'm like tired. Who knows?
No, you didn't. You know, you didn't. I didn't know. I just didn't know. But yeah, absolutely, man. You know, I just like seeing the space that people have, and then I just come in and just try to say what up to everybody. But absolutely, I'm gonna start hosting, and you know, just seeing what's going on with people. Cause yeah, man, it's all about good vibes, man. This community is amazing. You know what I'm saying? And we like I said, we all got something to offer, and it's only gonna go up from here. So I'm down for that.
Yeah, for sure. Well, it was a good chat, boys, man. Like I gotta get off to work, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I told you, bro, you don't sleep, bro. What is going on?
I know,
you a vampire.
I'll sleep when the world sleeps, bro. And I don't think the world's gonna sleep anytime soon.
Yeah, it's like that's a good quote. I'm gonna use that. I'll sleep when the world sleeps. So you're always awake. Yeah.
Right.
Exactly. It was a good chat, boys. Have a good one. Peace.
All right.